what it is. Your boy Big Boosie, Street Knowledge Podcast. Y'all know I do the things I like to do, man. It's getting real crazy out there, even more than usual. Even more than usual, man. What is our culture coming to? But I'm gonna wait for a few more people to get in there. I want to pull a few things up real quick before I get into this, man. It's unbelievable. It's very unbelievable out here, man. You would never know how far a person will go just to see you behind bars, man. It's crazy, man. It's unbelievable, man. Let me see, man. Trying to wait for a few people to get in here, y'all. We got a lot to talk about, and this is really serious because it's a it's a danger to our culture. It's a danger to our kids that's up and coming that might be successful one day. It's dangerous to us that might be successful one day. All of you guys out there that might be successful or have a cousin or anybody that might be successful one day and they just want to say we giving them a RICO charge and come up with it however they want to put the paperwork together, waste your time, your money, taxpayers' money, everybody's time. Jurors that want to really work because they don't get paid no real money to be sitting in that juror stand and they got to take off work, but they can't. They have to honor it. It's crazy, man. Rick 18, what's up? Roach, what's good? A lot to talk about, man. This Tisa lady is wilding. Hood educated, he's wilding too. And I like hood educated. I used to like Tisa too at the beginning, but they way out of line. They way out of line. They way out of line, man. And it really upsets me that our people even think in this manner. Now, if a person did something, yeah, give them what they done. But don't make up nothing on nobody, man. Just for so you can get likes and clicks and all that other crazy stuff, man. This is way absurd, man. Very disturbing. Let me see something, man. Let me pull this up. I'm gonna show you all this, man. And she like she need to learn. This is what Tisa said. Did he give up big names? Did he give up big names? Where did she learn that from? The podcast was sold. Sean G, he been covering it from beginning to end, the trial. So yeah, he knows for a fact it's not just me speaking, but I was speaking about her from the beginning that something ain't right with her. She want Puff to go down bad. You would think that she was in the mix of all of that stuff on her own at the beginning last year before Puff was even tried. I said, yo, she about to send Puff to jail with all this stuff she's saying. Yeah, Roach, hopefully Puff can sue Tisa. Teach her a lesson. She need to, man. She need to feel what it feels like to be have your life interrupted with all the wrong stuff. But hers is gonna be the right stuff when they sue her. So she gonna get the full effect of even for just being a liar, man. That's crazy. Epic Eric, bunch of lies. Anna was good. She said, can you give a shout out to Taylor, Avery, Macy, Jumbo J, and the Big B, please? We are your biggest fans. I appreciate y'all. Epic Eric said, Tisa is a propaganda machine. That's a fact, man. I've been peeping her before Puff ever got charged. I'm like, damn, why she on Puff radar like that? She's making up all these accusations and saying things. Now I get it. You a woman. And this is why I say get out your feelings. I get it. He put his hand on a woman and things of that nature, but people are subject to change. There's so many men out there that put their hands on women. I never in my life put my hand on a woman. I'm leaving before I go through all of that. You got women that put their hands on men. I put it on my Instagram. If y'all ain't following me, go to my Instagram. The Real Big Boosie, Bootie. And there was a woman up there beating up her boyfriend because he didn't come home. He couldn't even get out the chokehold or the hole she had him in. I'm just saying. People do it. That don't make it right. I'm just saying. Christopher Hicks say the love be fake, but the hate is real, and that's a fact. Epic Eric, treatment not prison for Diddy. That's a fact. People that whip on their mates, their person, need treatment, anger management, all of the above. Get charged for domestic violence. That's what it's supposed to be about. Now, whatever he was having sex for, that's personal. People like to be fornicated on, which is weird, but that's their business. And I get Puff might have paid that money because he didn't want Cassie to come out to speak about all the sex things that was going on that he would have been embarrassed about. That's my opinion. But it backfired on him when he paid the money. It came out anyway. He should have just kept going to trial. I mean, he should have let her take him and sue him and fight her for that. They probably, if she would have won, they probably just gave her $1 million. They might have asked him to settle out and nothing wouldn't have came out in court. He could have settled out and none of that stuff wouldn't have came out. Let's skip over the trial. All right, we're going to end it. But take her through the full ride. But Tisa is up there speaking about, listen, Tisa, let me tell you something, man. For you to put that up there, you need to take that down. You need to really take that down because you'll start rumors that's unnecessary. And we all know how people will follow one thing and a bad rumor spread quicker than the truth because everybody want to hear bogus controversy, Tisa. You need everywhere, you don't know it, but a lot of people do. You need to take that down because why would a man go all the way through trial and now want to tell on people? I get it. You're going to say, well, it went all the way to trial. He see that he's losing, so he might want to. But we don't see that he losing. He don't see that he losing. And all the words that you kept saying, but don't. And this is another thing she kept saying. But y'all don't worry. It's like you chopped the arm off, but you saved the body. You chopped the arm and legs off, but you saved the body. Basically, the cases that they dropped, they still got other charges on them. She's saying, well, the other charges still carry up to at least decades. It doesn't matter about they drop these charges. Watch what I tell y'all. She's going to try to speak it into existence. But you need to take that down because let me tell you, Tisa, street stuff, and I don't hope this happened to you. I want you to learn this lesson right here. People that's outside on the street that says rumors like that get unalived. Look at Nipsey Hussle. That's the rumor that is the reason why the guy came back and unalived Nipsey Hussle because Nipsey Hussle called him out something that he's saying that he wasn't. And even if he was or he wasn't, it's still the same thing. Even rats don't want to get their name spoke about in a bad manner if they outside. Tisa is trying to get a spot on a major network. Any major network that hires her, everybody need to protest against it because y'all hiring a person that will actually get on your platform and lie. We rely on these big news stations to at least give us the truth about what's going on in the world. We do not need a person like that on the news that will fabricate some stuff and tell us that the Walmarts are safe to go to, and we going in Walmarts, and Walmarts was the one being targeted. We are almost at war now. We don't know where it's going to come from. She might send us to the Walmarts and they targeting the Walmarts. But we listen to Tisa on ABC News. Not saying that's true, ABC. I'm just saying nobody needs to hire her just because she speaks fast and good and all of the above. Is she a black woman? Because she don't understand. If you are black and with her skin tone, she got some black in her. Because once you know black touch anything, we darker than any other race. It's gonna come out. It doesn't matter. So with that being said, you might have you a son, a daughter that might start triggering over the women. They get powerful, and then might have big influence on people. And now the Fed saying, man, we gotta bring her down or bring him down because he's too powerful. People listen to him or listen to her, and that will help the black race move forward how we are moving forward now. If you look into the statistics, it's more brown people being populated on this earth than any other color, and they trying to slow it down. All the way with us going to prison, all the way with us snitching on each other, sending each other to prison, and slowing it down. You take the black man out the household, child support. Y'all putting y'all ladies out there, putting your men on child support. And I'm not naming no names or nothing, none of that. I'm not pointing no fingers. I'm just saying, the less you get rid of the black men, the less it slow us down. But we still dominating regardless. But it's not good for us to be going to jail for nothing because they have the power to write up a complaint form and say, well, let's get it indicted. And once you get indicted, and they say you can indict, the grand jury will indict a ham sandwich if they could, and just put them through the motions. And if they would have got away with lock and puff up in front of the world, they would have, everybody, all of us in danger, man. From this, I want to call it prosecution brutality, not just police brutality, because that's brutal to send somebody to jail and have them spending all that money. That's crazy. Propaganda is the wave of the internet, Christopher said. That's a fact. Every say, I don't think she's grassroots. That's why I asked, was she black? But I know she got some in her blood. And when her kid come out looking black, even if she is have another race inside of her bloodline, her kid gonna get treated the same way because they wouldn't know where this kid actually roots come from. And being outside, when we walk outside every day, we are in danger of the police. Riding in the car, we are in danger of police. You can't even go in the glove compartment to get your registration out there, and then they shoot you and say we thought he was reaching for a gun, and then they say it was justifiable. The way he reached into the glove compartment looked like he was grabbing a handle and not a piece of paper, a handle of a gun. Oh, excuse me, y'all, a GUN, man. This is crazy, man. This is very crazy. How in the world you get up here and speak lies and say that this man did for bigger names, as if you part of the prosecution team? They took you in the back. They even tell the jurors not to speak about what's going on. So how you find out so fast, Tisa? You playing a very dangerous game, and to this point, it's like you spoke about Puff for so long before he even thought he was even going to get charged with anything. Now he's about to come and get out of this situation. You're pushing the envelope even harder. That's not going to make anything change. And now it makes me wonder if you scared if he get out, he's going to come for you. And I don't, and other people saying this is why witnesses don't like to take the stand, because prosecutors put them up there with felonious cases. And now them people, they're looking bad up there, for one. And for two, they get scared thinking a person going to come looking for them after it's over. And Tisa, are you thinking he's going to come look for you? But let me explain something to you. Puff is not stupid enough to even think about none of y'all. The case over with. If any one of y'all get a scratch on y'all, they're going to come looking for him if they don't have the exact right proof who scratched you right then and there. So he's not thinking about y'all. The damage is over. He want to go home and chill. That's what any smart man would want to do. He's not no ruthless guy the way that they paint in the picture. Now, I'm not saying he ain't ruthless to do what he was accused of doing. I'm not saying that part. I'm just saying ruthless enough to say some TV stuff. When he get out of this situation, oh, he's going ham on people. And if he do, he would be a complete idiot. And I don't think that he's no complete idiot to ever do something like that. So none of that don't even make sense. But your thing is you just trying to send a man to jail. You see that, you see all the evidence, and you come outside and still speak about as if the prosecutors is winning the case, like we not hearing what's going on from a bunch of different podcasts all speaking the same terminology, but except for you on your podcast. You the only one. You are way out of line for this right here. How are you in your feelings about something that had nothing to do with a Rico, and it's just about sex? And they never showed him or said nothing about what he was doing sexually to him. And most of it was he wanted to see and watch. That's crazy. Epic Every said if he get released, he should really fall back. He's going to have to. He's going to. Wow. But I ain't going to lie, man. Falling back ain't gonna stop nothing. He should just fall back for that sexual appetite that he got. Because now they try to make it look like we can't fly nobody over. I would have been in jail a long time ago. I done flew girls over to come hang out with me. And we hung out, chilled and all that. If they would have went and said, I coerced them to come over here or do all of that, I'd be in jail. You know how many people will be in jail flying women over, man? Come on, stop it, man. And I know a lot of y'all women should speak up about this because now y'all can't get flown out no more. I said this several times. Y'all can't get flown nowhere. Now a man can't even show you here a gentleman and tell you, hold your money. I'm paying for your flight to come hang out with me. Now, when the woman get to the man, if she chose to have sex with him, 9 times out of 10, that's what it's going to be when they come around and see that big bread and what's going on. It ain't even got to be about the money. It's just all about the ambiance and how he chilling and treating her like a queen, even if it's for that one day. It's a such thing as one night stands, right? And people have them all the time. Just because somebody pay for somebody to come somewhere now, you act like they act like Puff was driving the plane with his boys holding him in the back, and they brought him over the state lines and all of that. And then, so he paid for the escorts to come over. He didn't make money off of them coming over there. He paid for them to come over there, if that be the case with his cards or whatever. But the majority of the evidence showing that Cassie was calling and sending them. Now, I don't care who you supposed to be. They could say, yo, he made her do it. It comes to time and a place, man. Bullets Gotti, what up? What's up, little homie? Salute to you too, bro. Respect to your channel. I like what you're doing. If he flew them over there and you know, Cassie doing all the calling them up and doing all of the above, how many times can a man make her do something? It's times when they showing text messages he wasn't even with her. Yeah, he powerful enough to find out where she at sometime, but sometimes you're powerful enough to she should have been around saving some kind of money so she could kind of disappear and let things take its course and die down and figure out a movement. The same way how some people disappear on the feds, and they are the most powerful people on this planet. There's a few people that disappeared and never was seen again. You can do that. And that's a fact. Christopher Hicks said, truth be told, you got to know who the real enemy is and try your best to avoid all these type of things from being brought up against you. It's a challenge, but it's possible. That's a fact, bro. That's a fact. Now she out here trying to say the man snitching now when he about to come home. Come on, man. You way out of line for that. Now you trying to start something else, Tisa? Come on. Whoever support her and listen to this stuff, I understand, man. Y'all are women, but y'all need to dissect what she's saying and really get out your feelings, because he put his hands and feet on Cassie. He's way out of line for that. But people get rehabilitated from those type of things, and then they could be accepted back in society. Or we could look at him and say, yeah, he had a problem. I knew friends that beat their women up, and I used to tell them, bro, you don't need to be doing that, dog. That's corny, man. I'm not hanging around you beating up on no woman. I even stopped the dude before it almost got to a bam bam with him. I thought he wanted to bam bam. I grabbed on him. I seen him talking to the girl. This is a true story, and she's still around to tell it. When I was younger, I probably was about 19, 20. So I seen him start hitting on him, and I grabbed him and told him, "Yo, all right, bro, enough is enough." He looked at me, he told me, "Get your hands off me, man. He's known in the street as a terror." And he took off running, like, "Oh, okay." I said, "Well, enough is enough." He took off running, so I'm thinking he went and got his you know what. So mine was right there with my little homie. I said, "Yo, where am I? Go down the block and get that." He said, "I got it on me." I said, "Oh, give me that." And I waited for him to come back. And he came back skipping fast. I'm thinking, he went to get it. And when he came back, I whipped on him. What? And he running around the car, I'm chasing him around the car. Let me see your hands. And I ain't touch him first because I could have easy. Because my homie that was with me was best friends with his brother. God bless him, wasn't here. He didn't even want me to do that. So I ain't, but I ain't see nothing. So, I told him, "Man, you better go ahead playing, boy." But so this is to y'all ladies, yeah, it's people out here that care too, but you got to understand, that's just because people do that doesn't mean that they are the monster that they was painting Puff to be. And even if so, he still just need help. It doesn't constitute a RICO. It's not a RICO. And they try to paint this monster picture with y'all so y'all could convict them of the monster picture, which is not a RICO. But if y'all would have said guilty, or the jurors would have said guilty, then it would have been guilty for RICO, not for what he did. And this is the games that the government playing right in front of our face to send a black man to jail for something he didn't do. See, there's cameras out here now. They've been sending us to jail for this type of stuff for years. And they said we're going to try it in public now with one of their biggest public figures. And we get away with it in public right now with one of their biggest public figures. Oh, we got him now. We're going to keep it rolling. And we're going to pick another one in the grab bag. We're going to get him now, put him up there all over TV and paint the picture, a monstrous picture, but put a charge on him that got nothing to do with it. They just painted a picture. That's crazy. Ebby Eric said, "I can't see Diddy do it 30 years. That's crazy. I can't see that neither, especially for hands and feet on a woman and for doing sexual things. Man, y'all might as well go get some pimps and lock them up if y'all want to do that. I don't like pimps putting women out there to go do that, get the bread, sex all day, and then bring the bread back to them, and they tired, and then they feed them drugs and keep them at bay, get them some food, and keep them in the house like you do trained animals or something. But y'all ain't out there getting them and charging them with the crimes, sex trafficking and all that. Some of them go up and down the highways to go to better areas to make money, get hotel rooms and all that. And this ain't no secret. Everybody know that. The police know all of that. They want to get the people that people respect. That's on a high level and make them look bad. And they want to take all of their money and their companies. That's what it's all about, man. And Tisa, you will allow that? If that was your son, would you want that? Instead of you giving you a chance to talk to your son and say, "Yo, you better stop beating on these women and stop thinking that you are in control of everybody." You are way out of line for that. And you need to curve yourself. You need to take that thing down, talking about Puff is cooperating, gave up big names. And are you serious to do that? That's one of the lowest blows ever. And you are a woman to see a man go to jail and you fighting hard for it. And you preaching those charges they dropped. Okay, that ain't really nothing. Those are one of the biggest charges of the case. You trying to get the man, like, come on, man. You way out of line. She way out of line. That's totally disrespectful. It's totally dangerous for you to say that, because Puff got people that like and love him also. Epic ever say he watching the news, they dropped some charges. Yeah, they dropped 3 charges: the sexual assault, the human trafficking, I think, and something else. Christopher Hicks says she will never understand until it's her son. That's the only time people understand things, when it's on them. That's a fact. And this is why people that's watching or worldwide is saying this is not no RICO. And that's good that they saying that. And that's why the feds knew they had to drop that, because they knew their case was weak. So they drop it. They don't say that they lost. They say they dropped it. See, that's the catch with them. They know they lost. So they drop those big charges because they don't want to look like they lost this case. Because they have a reputation, 99.9% for conviction is what that is. So they don't want to take that low blow that they lost. Come on, man. It don't make sense. But they tried it in front of our face, and we are all ignorant to the fact. Not us, not the knowledgeable people, meaning the people that's in our culture that's going with it, like a Tisa Tells fan base. Y'all need to reconsider. And she lost some fans. A lot of people are subscribed from her, and she's still going and don't care. But y'all ladies that's following her, that really, y'all, everybody need to share this and please share this. If you know a Tisa Tell fan, please send this to her, because y'all as her fan base that believe in what she's saying, and y'all upset with what Puff did to Cassie, y'all need to pay attention that it's bigger than him whooping on Cassie. It's not a RICO that y'all judging him on. Y'all judging him on domestic violence things. And everybody in their family got somebody that's done domestic violence things. Everybody. A lot of people had their parents fighting. Father put their hand on the mother. I mean, you know, they probably lived long, happily ever after the fact. The father might have got it correct. I know a few people like that. My moms and pops used to argue hard. Me and my brother used to sit by the door waiting to hear. If my mom started yelling and screaming, we going to jump him. And we love our father to death. He never left our side. Him and my mom been together since 12 years old before he left this earth. And in fact, he was dead. He never put his hand on her, but they had heated arguments. But thank God. But I'm just saying, there's people out there that been through it. Y'all would want y'all family members going to jail for 30 years just for putting hands and feet on somebody? No, they should deserve to go to jail for something. But that's what the feds should have did. But that was a state charge within itself. When do the feds pick up domestic violence charges? They too big for that. Excuse the noise, man. My people outside mowing, cutting the grass and all that stuff, man. But yeah, man. Tisa is way out of line. People need to go up there and tell her, you need to take this down. Take this down. This is lies. You are wrong for putting that type of name on a man. And everybody know how rough it is about being labeled as a snitch out here, man. You could lose with everything within your own within your own circumference. I don't know however it may go. You could lose everything just by your people not wanting to deal with you because they feel you a rat. But you know, you still have people that deal with rats. It doesn't matter though. If you're not a rat, you can't, without paperwork, you cannot say that anybody is a rat. Unless you have some real strong facts. It's very dangerous, Tisa Tell. That's very dangerous because there's people out here that love Puff, man, and you being outside making up these lies now at the last point of the trial when he went all the way through with the trial like a stand-up person. We congratulate people that go to trial. We don't end it with no foul lies, language. Your fan base need to pay attention. If you're a fan of Tisa's and y'all listening to me, man, y'all need to reevaluate and think about what she said and how she's saying it. Think about the case so heartedly. And matter of fact, get AI and let them Google what domestic violence is. Take the AI, then Google the AI chat. Chat GPT and Google what RICO is, so y'all have the full understanding why people are saying Puff should not be going to jail for a RICO. That's not that's not fair to him. It's not fair to his family. She's way out of line. Now we got the hood educated dude. I'm gonna let y'all hear some of the stuff he was saying. Yeah, Puff come home, she gonna look real crazy. Only way she don't look crazy, but she's still gonna look crazy to us, knowledgeable people. Only that's the only way she ain't gonna look crazy to her fan base. She's still gonna look crazy because she's looking crazy to us now. And hood educators say he put $1 million up. No one conspired with Diddy in the RICO. They are saying that no one helped him commit crimes and stuff like that. There's not a pattern of criminal activity. Prosecution didn't meet the burden of proof. Let y'all hear this. They are saying that the prosecution did not bring enough actual factual evidence to prove that Diddy is guilty. Now, I know a lot of you P. Diddy fans and a lot of you brothers and sisters, who saying free Diddy and saying that, they ain't got nothing on Diddy. Y'all probably popping bottles, smoking that, good old mountain lion kush and dancing to the music and stuff like that because the attorneys is agreeing with y'all right now. The attorneys are saying everything that most people are saying. Man, he was just freaky, man. They were just having sex, man. I mean, they get him on the domestic, but other than that, man, it's nothing. They are agreeing with y'all. And I'm telling y'all that I'm disagreeing with y'all, and I'm disagreeing with his attorneys. I'm so confident that that motion will be denied that I'm willing to bet $1 million to a bucket of shit. Yeah, that's how confident that I am. Now, what about you guys? The ones that say, hey man, it's free Diddy. Diddy ain't do nothing and all that. What y'all willing to bet? I'm taking all bets. Hit my DM on the Hood Educated Facebook, hit my DM on my Instagram, hit my DM. I'm taking all bets that they deny that motion. Yeah, since y'all so confident, I'm not talking to all the hood educated residents or the guests. I'm talking y'all, the ones y'all know who I'm talking to. You P Diddy sympathizers, jump in the comments. Put your money where your mouth is. Let's go. Come on. You believe the man ain't did nothing wrong. You believe that the man gonna be found not guilty. Put your money where your mouth is. Then look. I'm with it. I'm taking all bets. As a matter of fact, if they grant, listen, if they grant that motion, I would make a video and say, hey man, I apologize to y'all, man. I was just, I thought this, I thought that, but I guess I was wrong. I gotta be a man. I bet y'all won't do it. Now, he's saying the prosecutor is agreeing with us or whatever that means. I don't even get it. But anyway, at the end of the day, he said he taking all bets. I'm getting ready to hit him in his DM. I'm gonna hit him in his DM because when he made this video, he didn't hear nothing about the 3 charges that was getting dropped. I wonder if he still have that same energy. I wonder if you still got the same energy, Hood Educator, because I was a big fan of yours. I still is. You have your opinion to this right here because you spit a lot of real talk. He does. He spit a lot of real talk in a lot of his videos. And he do a lot of good reactions on a lot of ignorant stuff that these hood people be doing, the people that be unaliving people, boyfriends, girlfriends, domestic violence turned into unaliving and things of that nature. He has good commentary. I can't front on that. And this right here would not make me pass a judgment on him because he ain't saying nothing about lying on Diddy or whatever. It's just his opinion. But I'm gonna go up there and I'm gonna hit his DMs because we can bet that. We can bet that. Now I don't have $1 million to be betting, but I'm gonna bet you that he ain't found guilt on no RICO, and that's what you are talking about. That's what you are talking about. And you don't know what you are talking about, bro. That stuff that you are saying doesn't even make sense. And once again, you are a brother that's against people that's doing all the wrong things. How you are not against the prosecutors that prosecuted this man for a charge that they never showed anything? How could you even speak on it? You wasn't even at the trial. We have guys like Sean G. The podcast with Soul. He's been there from day one, speaking all the great things that was happening. We even watched Seti Nash, that speaks about how the prosecution got tore out the flame. We got Urban, the UPT network dude, Big Ant. Big fan of both of those guys. They speaking about how the defense tore the prosecution witnesses up. We've been seeing all of this, and they've been reading it off. Choke no joke. Who else? A few people, man. So how just you and Tisa the only one that's seeing what everybody else is not seeing? It doesn't make no sense. And I hate for you to go up there and lose $1 million and you making these bets and you speaking proudly and you have a successful channel, my brother. Successful channel. To make a bet like that would be crazy. Now, only reason why I think in my mind you would make this bet because you know how corrupt the police are. You know how corrupt the prosecutions in every state, everywhere is. And you gambling on the jury being swayed towards the prosecution just because they are the ones that hold the power of the pen to write these indictments up. And normally a person get found guilty anyway. Same way with R. Kelly. He spoke bad about R. Kelly. They spoke bad about R. Kelly. And he went to trial and evidence was withheld. And it shows that they found the text messages, how the young girl never lied about her age, showed that her mother was actually doing the texting. Her mother texting her, where you at? You with him? No, Mom, he got me my own room. He in his room. I didn't go with him. He said he was going to send for me when he's going to the studio, but he didn't come and get us yet. Well, you had sex yet? No, Mom, I ain't have sex yet. We even have her saying that her mother and father did it for personal gain for money with R. Kelly. Yeah, and then you want to bring up the old charges when he got found not guilty for it and saying that it was him in the video urinating on the young girl. People saying that video was edited. They saying that was really his brother. Those was actually said as well. They didn't have no real proof. So they came up with some other slick way to bring him down. And they withheld all those text messages in his trial. Let the jury would have heard all that stuff. You think they would have found R. Kelly guilty for 30 years? And now all of a sudden, when they got some new evidence that they trying to bring up, now all of a sudden it's a hit put on him inside of there. It's or allegedly, it's he was overdosed. They made a mistake and gave him the wrong medicine, allegedly, but they saying it on the news that they did that. Now all of a sudden, but nobody else in there gets medicine out of all these years. We don't hear about none, I guess, because he's a star, so we won't hear about that. But stuff like that need to be in the news. Inmate got overdosed at Butner correctional facility or any other facility for that matter. But for you to speak like this, Hood, without educated, without the right, without talking both sides of these things is not, it's not good, man. Bill Cosby, you would have said the same thing about Bill Cosby. He went and did all his time, but they found out after he was out of jail that the prosecutors withheld evidence and things of that nature, and they overturned his case. So basically, he did time for nothing, but he don't have that on his record because it showed that he beat it. Come on, man. Pay attention to the signs of what's going on out here, man. These podcasts is for, when we speaking on these good levels, is to better our culture, not to for us to take make opinions and side with things that just don't sound right to us. Just because the prosecutor wrote it up, now everything is there. They already are correct about what they do because they wrote it up, and they are the ones with the charges and got you in jail paying a bail or sitting in there forever, and or the same thing. And this is what I want to tell Tisa, and you too, Hood, educated. Why y'all not focusing on the Abercrombie and Finch guys? I want to see Tisa go down there and cover their trial, because now they speaking like one of them is too old. They might not even prosecute. Not only that, they are out of jail. They got a bail. Puffy didn't even get a bail. And they said that those guys was worse, did things to people actually, and got the people that was being held by them, and said they did way worse things to people than Puff did, and they still got a bail. Let's see you go down there, Tisa. And if Tisa don't go down there and be covering their trial and speaking all the crazy things how she's speaking about Puff, a lot of y'all need to stop messing with Tisa, man. And I don't wish that on nobody. I don't want to stop nobody from getting their money. I love to see our people doing successful things, even if it is successful with just utilizing YouTube. Because we got to keep it 1,000. YouTube is making big careers out of people that never even had money before in their life. And out here hummer stunting like they had money before and all that. But that's a whole nother story. But I don't wish that on nobody. But some people don't even deserve the type of money that they get now at this point, because y'all really opening and y'all hand and showing us your true colors, man. Y'all letting this money get to your head, and y'all begging for a click and a like and a whatever else to pull another man down. I don't have no ties with Puff. I don't agree with things Puff did to people. I've watched him curse somebody out like they was a child. I watched it with my own eyes, more than one person, because they work for him. And I would never do. I'm out. I'm gone. Cassie ordering up stuff, ordering up people, going calling them, and let's do this and this and that, and then try to act as if she was held and couldn't get away. Who? What black woman really going for that? That's utilizing her brains. I'm out. She should have went to the police when it first happened to her with the kicking. But no. And now they got Cassie telling a person, one of the escorts, what she would do to him. That's another reason why they probably done dropped them charges, because that done linked around. She telling him, what? I'll have you unalived. First, no, she said, I will unalive you. I'm telling you. I mean, I won't put no blood on my hands, but yeah, I'll have somebody do it. Now that's circulating. So that tells you what kind of woman she is. She don't sound like a real scary woman to me. This whole thing is crazy and is messed all the way effed up, that we got two people that's trying to bring down a brother instead of saying it the right way. Bring him down for domestic violence. Don't bring him down saying you taking bets, bro, for $1 million for a RICO, and that's not a RICO. How could you take a bet? So you're going to gamble on the jury finding them guilty, but just for just for the reason of you think that he's gonna go to jail, because half the people go to jail that deal with the feds anyway. They don't never really win. So you'll gamble on that part because of that. You can't say you want to gamble that part because of evidence. And you speaking as if the evidence is going in the prosecution way, and everybody heard it. Everybody heard it. All the evidence is not correct. That's crazy, man. But y'all go over there, check out hood educated stuff. And you know, that's just one thing that I could see by him speaking about Puff, and you know, and R. Kelly without all the right without not utilizing all the right terminology and not having all the right uh should I say uh proof to stand up to what he is actually saying. It doesn't make any sense. We already know Tisa, she already just been the whole time before Puff was ever even locked up. She was going hard on him and hard, and you know, and talking these things as if she was actually there, and she acted as if somebody done something to her before. Maybe she has been, hopefully not, but been touched in a manner that it just triggers her to do these things. And maybe she owed Puff a public apology, all of the above. She need to take that down to talking about he's cooperated with all these people and bringing down big names and all that. Now you trying to start a whole nother rumor. That's crazy, and that's not a good rumor. And T said, if you know anybody that's hung around these mean streets, they will tell you that's not a good thing to put out there, because people don't play that with that being on their name and coming from somebody that's lying about it. Those type of things will get people messed up. And I mean messed all the way up. Let's use Nipsey Hussle for an example, Tisa. Do your research on it if you are lost to the black culture, which I know you have some in your blood. Pay attention to detail, and don't let that little clicks and baits and the little check you getting every month jeopardize your I'm gonna say your wisdom, because you are a smart person. We all know that. Can't take that from you. I can't sit up here and degrade you in no kind of way. Even if I am upset with you about what you did, I'm gonna still compliment you on things to who you are, because that's not what type of person I am. But I do think it's right that you take that down. That's not cool. In no type of fashion is that cool. None. Now, the $1 million man, hood educated, I'm gonna hit you up in your DM, brother. I'm gonna see what's that all about. But you were saying all that before you heard about these 3 charges being dropped. I want to see what energy you got for it right now. I want to see what this energy is about. And I'm gonna let you know what mine is, so you can't say that I didn't hit you. On Instagram, it's at the real TheRealBigBooTsie. That's gonna be me on Instagram, because I need to see what this here is all about, brother. You way out of line for this one, man. You way out of line. All your other commentary be good, and I respect you. I respect you, and I respect your opinion. I just don't like it because it's wrong. It's all the way wrong. Everything you're saying is wrong, and you're just going off of, I don't know if it's your emotions or just you just know the feds always win, so you just got to go ahead and try to run with, I'll bet anybody that he lose. And really, you was jumping off a limb and you was gambling, man, with that. But we all know Puff should not be losing this case, and that's a fact. Arek Zenkai, say you give me rapper aura, bro. That's funny. Well, I used to be a rapper at one time. Still nice. I ain't got time for it right now. Got other things to do. And yeah, speaking of rap, Everybody, I'm coming strong. About to do a big party, a big celebration party. I just signed my label with Empire GMB Records. Get Money Boys Records is with Empire Distribution. They distribute all some of the biggest rappers you ever had seen. Young Dolph, Jim Jones, Fat Joe, all of them, all of the above. A lot of these South dudes. Um, yeah, I'm coming. I'm bringing this hot music, and I'm gonna set it off with my first project on Empire with my label. Um, it's the um, it's the soundtrack for the Wrong Number, the movie, wrote and directed by my bro Terry D. Williams. Excuse me, Terry D. Films. Excuse me, and I got Jim Jones. I got uh, Rich Homie Quan. Song Never Heard with BWA up there. Y'all get ready to hear some fire. I got Votto. I got Dave East. I got Pastor Troy. I got Nino Cahoots from Brick Squad. I got some flames coming. So yeah, being he's speaking about rapper stuff, I thought I'd mention that, man. For real. I ain't gonna take too much of y'all time, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this, man. And make sure y'all share this because this need to be heard. Tag Tisa Tells. If y'all know her, anybody that's cool with her, hit them up too. And share this because it's needed. It's been a long time coming for somebody to straighten Tisa out with just going on and on and on and on, man. Epic Eric, peace, and peace to all my knowledgeable people out there, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate y'all, and I will be back today. Got some more to talk about, man. But I'm about to do some more research and see what's going on out there, man. We can't let our black brothers fall victim to somebody being convicted in unjustifiable, um, incorrect, however you want to say it, because it will bring a whole whirlwind of everything on all of us black brothers and all of our kids, our cousins, up and coming stars or baseball star, football, whatever, basketball, rappers, singers, and you get big and you're a big celebrity, movie star, and whatever. If we will be in danger whenever they feel like taking us off, they have the tool to take us off of our plateau. And one more thing before I go. If they could call 911 and it's a 911 call that is not the truth and it's a lie, and they lock the person up for calling 911 illegally, then a female that puts the R word, RAPE, on a person and it's a lie, it's the same as calling 911, and they strict on that 911 calling illegally. So they need to be strict on these women that does it also. They need to go to jail and get charged so all these other women can't come out and do it. But guess what? They used that. They figured that out too as a plan to take our public figures and put charges on them too. And all that is incorporated in this Puff stuff, which as well was with the R. Kelly and the Bill Cosby's. They figured that out. Now they adding the RICO to it. So we better pay attention and fight against that, man. That's a fact. We better pay attention and fight against that. If you can dial 911 illegally and go to jail, women that does that also need to if they put that R word on a person and they find out that they lying, they need to go to jail. That shouldn't be swept up under the rug and now she gone. You know the defense figured it out and said it showed evidence this person lying. Now that person should be charged as well as sued. Also, even if they ain't got nothing, make them owe you every time they get paid or anything. They need to uh, send it on over because that's what you get. Have their lives interrupted for the rest of their life. So with that being said, I'm out. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Please hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new up here on the channel. And hit that notification so you know when I'm back, because I am coming back. We got a lot to talk about. Peace, y'all.